This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. You there, yes. Let's make sure you click. Oh yes, and then you. Yes. Okay, let's resume. Hi guys, DeeSims here and welcome back to the channel, and today I bring to you Declassified University Survivor Guide. So I'm so excited. Can we just have a moment to freak out? Freak out. Hey, freak out. Oh, who freaking out? Yes, who freaking out? Okay, so welcome to Declassified University Survival Guide, where today I'm going to be walking you through university. Okay, I'm going to be giving you the lowdown. I'm going to be giving you the screenshots and the details because the wait is over. So just sit back and just get ready. I'm about to teach you how to university, honey. Okay, we about to university together. First, I want to thank the Sims team so much. I was invited out for a Sims camp for Discovery University in San Francisco. And y'all, it was so much fun. I cannot wait for y'all to get your hands on this pack. It is so nice. And I'm just starting off right now with my Sim, Elle McCoy, riding her bike through the beautiful world of Brightchester. So the name of the world that we're getting with the Sims 4 Discovery University is called Brightchester. And we have UBright, which is University of Brightchester, and we have Foxbury Institute, which we're going to be repping this entire video, because that's where your girl was accepted. So a week or two ago, I got an acceptance letter being accepted into the University of Foxbury Institute. So we're going to be diving in, going through all the stuff that we could go through. And I'm going to tell you in the West Philadelphia all about how I like stirred up. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you guys some information about the Sims 4 Discovery University, starting with Elle McCoy. So you can see right here, we gave her a little bit of a mix of, okay, so the cast part of Discovery University is absolutely amazing. I'm going to be eating crow. You guys are probably going to get a video about how great all the cast items that we're receiving are. And y'all know I'm a CC queen. Like, listen, y'all know I don't play, right? Like, we all know this. But the clothes that we got with Discovery University are really nice. And these leggings, honey, the leggings that Elle has on pretty much this entire walkthrough are like my new fave, and I know I'm gonna be wearing them all the time. So yes, ambitiously, I started with Elle as a teenager. I was like, okay, I'm gonna test it. I'm not gonna even ask no questions. I'm just gonna get my teenager and I'm gonna see if I can enroll, but you can't. So unfortunately, you cannot enroll. You cannot enroll into university as a teenager. But let me tell you what you can do, honey. You can prep. Okay, you can get your teens ready for university. So this can apply to if you're making a teenager straight out of cast, or you have a safe out or family that you've been playing with the teen and they got all their skills. I'm gonna show you how you can enroll. Well, I can show you how you can start prepping. Let's start there first. So basically, as a teenager, you can apply for scholarships, and there's 6 different types of scholarship. As you can see right here on my screen, there's 6 different types of scholarships, and they're offered to different age groups and ranges and things like that. And we're gonna walk through those very quickly, honey. Okay, let's go through them.
Distinguished scholarships. Sims who have been accepted into distinguished degree programs will automatically receive scholarships with an amount based on how many distinguished degrees they've gotten into. Working on the Sims grades and skills before applying can lead to more degree acceptances and in return more scholarship money. Need-based scholarships. Every Sim deserves a university education, and the need-based education for all and help enhance scholarships are designed to give Sims from households with less a chance to attend. Sims with less savings and assets are encouraged to apply. Skill scholarships. Sims who have developed any number of practical skills are eligible to apply for a variety of skill-based scholarships. Those hours spent working on cooking, fishing, handiness, and many other skills can turn into scholarship funds. However, these scholarships are targeted at younger students and so are not available for adults or elders. Which means, yes, you know, adults and elders can go to school. Career scholarships. Universities want to encourage younger Sims that may already be dipping their toes in the job market. These scholarships offer teen and young adult Sims who have achieved some amount of career success with a way to help pay for university education that can boost them in their career choice in their future. Sports and esports scholarships. There are a few scholarships that require Sims to participate in after-school activities as part of their requirements. An athletic scholarships require a Sim to be a soccer team player, while an esports scholarship requires a Sim to be an esports competitor. A Sim cannot be accepted by both of these scholarships at the same same time. A resident grant. For teens and young adults, the place they live may offer grants providing student financial aid and pursuing a university education. Each location has its own grant amounts, and students are encouraged to apply and represent their community.
Woo! With all that being said, there are different paths and different storylines you can take in why you're going to university, how you're enrolling, and how you're going to pay for it. So now, this is something that teens can do. They can work on their skills. They can work on their grades in school. And yes, that will reflect the amount of scholarships that they receive and the amount of money that they get. But it won't affect their enrollment. I believe it was confirmed in the live stream that you will always be accepted into university. But if you're going to a certain university for a certain degree, and it's a distinguished degree. So for example, if you're going to Foxbury Institute and you're getting a degree in engineering, if you want to be in that program to get that distinguished degree type, you will have to be accepted into that program. And to get accepted into that program, you need to have the skills. And they're saying in these little snippets that you need to have those skills before applying, because once you apply for university and you receive your acceptance letter, it'll tell you whether or not you've been accepted into those distinguished degree programs. And if that's something that you're aiming towards, then you need to work on those skills prior. Now that we know a little bit more about scholarships, it's time to figure out which school is best for you. And again, this is something you can do as a teenager. You can research universities. And we're going to start off with Foxbury Institute. So consistently rated as a premier university, Foxbury Institute boasts a modern campus with impressive facilities and a broad swath of alumni who have emerged as innovative leaders in their respective fields. The university is always looking for students who dare to dream big. And the organizations here is the Foxbury Spirit Squad, the Brainiacs, and the Bot Savants. And each university has 3 organizations. You cannot change them. You cannot create your own. This is where I'm hoping mods come in, maybe to either give us the opportunity to create our own organizations or download custom ones. And some things that I would love to see is something like a Black Student Union or like a Glee Club or anything like that. And we'll learn a little bit more about organizations down the line. It does give me kind of the club feel, but it is more programmed the Sims way, and we don't really have a lot of customization of it. Again, we'll get into that. And as you can see here, the degrees that are offered at Foxbury are the same. They're the same 13 degrees that we have, but they're distinguished degrees, like honorary, things that they're known for is on the science side. And this is reversed at Brightchester. Moving on to Brightchester. The University of Brightchester holds nearly a millennium of history within its traditional halls of learning. Having taught every type of student from royal to unknown, the university prides itself in educating both minds and morals, molding students into well-rounded and upstanding Sims, ready to enter the world and make a difference. And the organizations that's offered at Brightchester are the Spirit Corps, the Art Society, and the Debate Guild. And their basic degrees are the science ones. That were distinguished degrees at Foxbury. So you can see that they alternate. And you can see that their distinguished degrees is everything that's non-science. So if I had to give an example of things, I would say that University of Brightchester gives me the Sims 3 feel with the traditional old-timey historical university feel, whereas Foxbury gives me that feeling of going to school that's fairly new, which is more of where I can relate because my school had been remodeled. It was an old school, but they had bought a new campus, which became their residential campus and things like that. And it was redone in the last decade. So it was very up to date, very similar to Foxbury's dorms and their commons and how their campus looks. And they were known for their nursing program. And Brightchester just gives me that school that's been around for a very long time, and in my opinion could need some updating. It just gives me that more antique feel, whereas Foxbury gives me that more of the modern upper edge type feel. So now that we know about the schools and we have the scholarships, once we get to that point where we're done with high school, we can now apply for university. And one thing I love that what the Sims team has done is they made it realistic. When you apply for university, after you apply for all of your scholarships and you've been accepted and denied, because yes, you can be denied scholarships. Elle lived in Willow Creek for about 2 seconds. We applied for the residential grant and we didn't get it. So you can be denied scholarships, but you will always be accepted into university. And once you get your acceptance letter, which takes 1 to 2 days, the same thing with the scholarship letters, it tells you if you were accepted or denied. You have between 1 to 2 days to wait for that in the mail, which sucks because in real life, you're like anticipating, like you're scared to check the mail, but then you're also really excited. So it definitely gives you that realistic feel with it taking time for you to get your results. Once you're applying for university and you get accepted, now it's time to enroll. Remember that those are two separate things. Applying is adding all of your scholarships together and actually signing on the dotted line and sending your application over. You can check on your application status on the computer and all those kind of things. If you are lost where you should apply for scholarships, like you don't know what your sim is eligible for, you as a teenager, you can email your guidance counselor, and as a young adult you can email your former guidance counselor. They kind of give you a status saying, oh, you would kind of be accepted into these programs. So they give you a little bit of a guide on where to go to when it's time to get into the university college field. So now that you have applied and you've been accepted into university, the acceptance letter will tell you whether or not you've been accepted into the distinguished degree program. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Elle wasn't approved. Okay, so we were not accepted into the distinguished degree program. As you can see here, when you're enrolling, you pick your university. It gives you the same information that I just shared with you. You can pick University of Brightchester or University of Foxbury, and you can choose to your heart's content and go forth and rally on. And the next thing you'll pick is your degree. You'll pick what major you want to be a part of. You pick the number of classes you want to do, and this is where it starts to get really exciting. So you have 13 majors. I decided to put Elle into Foxbury Institute because, you know, that's what we rap around here. And you could just watch me fumble through all of these classes because this was my first time seeing everything and I was in complete shock. I was like, it was so much. It was so much. So please feel free to pause the video and read descriptions if you want. But here is where you get to see all of the majors, all the classes that you can take, and the jobs that you get, like the benefits of this degree and which jobs it match up to. So please keep in mind that when I was recording this, we were only playing with the Sims 4 base game and the Sims 4 Discovery University. So though there are other jobs that you may have in your game from other packs that aren't on here, but I was told, it was confirmed, that all of the jobs that are offered in all of the packs will connect to a degree program. So for instance, drama could definitely lead to the acting career from Get Famous. It's just that it was not installed, so you won't see that job option in this run through. But please know that all of the jobs that was offered by the Sims team are all linked to a degree program. So Sims can take up to 4 classes at one time. And that's including 1 elective class. You don't have to take an elective. You can come in and you can take 4 classes of robotics and knock it out of the park and just focus on that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did this whole playthrough with 2 classes and an elective, so 3 classes in total. I took 2 communications courses and a robotics course, and I was like, whoa, this is a lot. I talked to a lot of the gurus who did do some gameplay, and a lot of them said they really stuck to 2 to 3 classes because once you add in all the other stuff, it is a lot. And yes, you can add in a whole bunch of other stuff. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to be answering a lot of your Twitter questions. And that was a main question I saw. And the main question was, can you take classes and be on the soccer team and be in a club and be in an organization and have a part-time job? And yes, and that's the answer. You can do all of it. You can be in everything you want to be in. I believe you can be in all 3 clubs at your university if you want to. You may be even to cross universities if you want to, but I'm not sure about that. But just keep that in mind. So you're watching me fumble through all of the courses and the electives. There's an elective class for every skill, every base skill. So There was something for photography, for video games, for guitar, piano, programming, researching, which is a new skill, the robotics, which is a new skill, logical analytics, gourmet cooking, fishing. So there's an elective course to any skill you may want to do other than your degrees. This is honestly where I think this pack shine. When you add all those classes together, add in an organization, add in a love life, add in a part-time job, add in tutoring, add in studying and doing homework and doing everything, prepping for all your final courses and things like that, it becomes insane. And that's how college is, and I absolutely love that we have that. So you can juggle everything. I don't recommend it, but it is insane, and it definitely gives you that true college feel. Next, we move on to housing, which is something I truly love. You can go to university from anywhere. If you want to do it from the comfort of your grandma's basement, you definitely can. If you want to live off campus in the new world of Brightchester, you can. The only thing you have to do is move there and then enroll into university. Then there is the towers, which they work as penthouses, and you can completely customize this. You can change these. These don't have to be university lots. It can be a uptown bar, it can be university commons, but as default, this is what you get. You get 2 towers, and you get like a residential lot that's like on the ground, and you can completely customize these to your to your wants, to your likings, and it has a fee. Now when it comes to me, I agree that these fees need to be thousands of dollars. I would love to see a mod that gives us realistic college scholarship prices, grant prices, and room and board prices. I definitely feel like there needs to be an increase. I think this stuff should cost between $9,000 to $15,000, because that's just how much it costs, or at least cut that in half if it's a semester or something. As you can see here, there are a number of beds, the university affiliations, and the gender restrictions, and all things like that. Now, to answer all of your questions that you're already asking, can you make university housing in other worlds? Yes. Can you change the gender affiliation? Yes. Can you change the university affiliation? Yes. So you can be in Willow Creek, and you can make a dorm room for Foxbury Institute for just males, and put 8 beds in there, and move your sim in, and they can live there and go to university. Yes, you can do all of that. Now, I feel like with this information, it's clear that we can probably make some kind of Greek life. There is no Greek life in this pack, but I feel like with Get Together, you should be able to make a club. Now, I don't know, it hasn't been confirmed if clubs can be a part of the affiliation. It has not been anything saying if that's a thing or not, but if it's not, I'm praying that we get mods where we can assign clubs to for affiliations. So affiliations, it would say, if you're in Foxbury Institute, it would say the Robot Savants. It's part of the organizations that are there, and secret societies and things like that. So if we aren't able to do it, I hope that we can at least get a mod where we can add clubs to that affiliation. That way we will have working sorority houses. We will have working fraternity houses and things of that nature. So you can make university housing wherever. You can go to university wherever, and I just love this customization. I just hope and pray there's a mod where we can create organizations, and we can create or download custom organizations, or at least add clubs to be like different affiliation. All right, let's be clear. This last page is your bill, okay? It breaks down the cost of your classes, your university housing, and your scholarships or grants that you may have received, and gives you a total cost. And then you have the options of paying with your household funds or taking out a loan. Now, if you take out a loan, I was told that your loans won't take effect until after you graduate. After you graduate, you can pay your loans off. If you don't, you'll get a little visit from the repo man. Now, again, I mentioned before that I would love to see these numbers drastically increased into the thousands of dollars to make it more realistic in my college experience. I completely understand why the Sims team did not make these the big numbers that we are so used to in the US is because in different areas of the world, a lot of people don't pay for college, or it's close to no cost. So they try to accommodate everyone. I understand. I'm just hoping that we get a mod in the future that drastically increases the prices of classes, room and board, tuition, grants, and scholarships. I just want to see that increased. But with that being said, if you take out a loan every time you go to school and you're taking 2 to 3 classes a time, that can mean you're enrolling into university about 4 to 5 times. And if that $500 bill, it does add up to, can get you a pretty hefty $4,000 bill, or $4,000 in debt, which is a little realistic. But again, I would like to see that number quadrupled. Okay, let's be realistic here. People are still paying off these student loans. All right, this next screen here, I'm not really sure if this is part of every splitting household, the moving, or if this is just for university, but you get to decide how much money that you transfer when the person moves out. So I'm not sure if this is for everyone. If it is, that's really cool. Now you can now send your teen out the house with $500 while they're at school, instead of taking the whole household funds of $32,000, and now they can't make mac and cheese at home because you took all the money. So I like this. And after that, that's it. You move into your dorm and you start living your life. So speaking of dorms, I'm happy to say, if you're watching this video the day that it comes out, tomorrow I will be uploading my first dorm build that you guys can put in your game. And I promise you, it's going to be something you want, because there's a couple of things that we're going to learn about dorms that I feel like my dorm is going to accommodate a little bit better. So some things to know about dorms is you can't necessarily decorate them as soon as you move in. You can, but you can't. So this lot has to be set so it can function properly and for all the roommates to spawn. So this is one of the default dorm rooms that you get when you move into Foxbury. This is one of the towers. Now, if you wanted to completely customize this without using a cheat, there is a university kiosk where you can purchase posters, rugs, dividers, chests, laptops, books, all that kind of stuff. All your college needs can be purchased at that kiosk. But if you are coming in and you're looking to decorate your dorm, all you have to do is put in the cheat bb.enable free build. Now, if you are a MC command user, this is something that you can already toggle. So a lot of people are going to have some different experiences depending on your settings and depending on if you know this. Me, for instance, I always have that cheat unlocked. So if I was coming into university, I would already be able to go through and decorate my lot. Now, what it's going to do is it's not going to use your money. It's going to turn into an unlimited amount of money, and you're able to do whatever you would want to do on that lot. So keep that in mind. If you do want to decorate your lot, as soon as you get to university, you can put in that cheat. It won't use your money, but look, this is what you can say. You done spent all that money moving in there. This all the stuff that your parents has bought you to move into university. So the new bed that you get, and the new stereo that you get, and the upgraded iPad or that you get, we're going to just say that's included in tuition, okay? So keep that in mind. It's not a big thing. A lot of people are making it a huge thing. Either put in the cheat, either turn on that option in MC command, or just buy your stuff from the kiosk. It's 3 simple things. There's no need to complain. Okay, so like I said before, these lots function as penthouses, just like city living. So they have requirements: elevators, mailboxes, trash chutes. They need a number of beds. But because this is a dorm, some things are restricted, which are stoves and grills. And I kind of like that because it's real. In my school, we did not have a kitchen in the dorm rooms. There was a kitchen in the commons where you can go and cook stuff. And if you lived in the apartments on campus, then that had a full kitchen. But the dorms, you were only allowed a micro fridge, which was a mini fridge with a microwave on top. So giving you guys a little snippet of the dorm room that I built. This is just one of the rooms. The dorm room that I offer has spaces for 10 people, because up to 10 people can be on this lot. That's all including the Sims that you put in here. So if you put 4 people in, you're only going to get 6 other roommates if you have the right number of beds. So for my dorm that I created, there are 2 triple rooms, which means 3 people are in them. There are 2 double rooms, and then there's 1 single. And I was thinking the single is kind of nice, and you'll see that in the build tomorrow. And I was thinking maybe that would be for an RA or something like that. If you want to do your storyline or gameplay or something like that, I wanted to create that. So something that a lot of people were asking is, okay, if you can't cook in the dorm rooms, if you can't put a stove down, if it's prohibited, how do they eat? So we have the new microwave. What? We have the new mini fridges, and of course you can have microwaves. And here are just some of the little food options that you can have that they added. So to microwaves, they added pizza rolls, instant noodles, and breakfast burritos. And I think to the mini fridge, you have like canned water, canned soda, off-brand soda, and things like that. Now, I had talked to Ice Munma. She was on Twitter. If you're not familiar with Ice Mama, she makes a lot of custom food and harvestables and things like that. And she was already asking of things that could be added to mini fridges and microwaves. And I gave her a list of things. So I'm not concerned that there's not going to be a plethora of options for us to have with the additional things that the Sims team's already given us for dorms. So there is something new that was added to Discovery University, which is a cafeteria stall. And every day, if you go to the commons, the food is free. Somebody comes in and they serve food at certain times a day, and there's normally 2 entree options and a dessert option. And I think you can get water or something. I'm hoping we can have things added to that, or with the addition of more packs, there'll be more options. I'm not certain, because again, I was playing on base game and Discovery University. So yeah, even though we can't have those things, you can still create a dining hall. You can put that stall down. If they're in the commons, people come over there and they eat and they study. The commons is very active and it's nice. And one thing to know, that even though this is a penthouse lot, you could change everything. You could completely delete it, wipe it clean, and it could be something completely different. So don't think that the penthouse lots are only for dorms. You could change this lot type. You can make this into a nightclub. You can make this into a library. You can completely customize everything. So I do like that. Right now, how I'm building is I just went to an empty lot. No active Sims were living in this lot, and I clicked build from the manage worlds menu, and now we're building. So that's just how it is. So in my build of my dorm room, I made a dining hall downstairs. So it's a multi-level, so it's a two-story dorm room. So in my build, you're getting to see a little bit of this right now, me doing these rooms. And this was actually really fun because I made sure all of these rooms were very cluttered, very lived in, and I wanted it to have that dorm feel. So we'll get into that in just a second. But with my dorm build, the downstairs is kind of the meeting area for everyone. So I put in a gym, I put in a dining hall, I put in a study area, and I put in just like a regular common room. And just places for parties and things like that, because there is a new party that comes with Discovery University. It's a keg party, so you need to have space for those kegs, and we have ping pong tables. So my build is all Foxbury. It is a red, black, and white build, and you'll see all of the stuff that comes together with it, and I think it looks really nice, and I know for a fact is going to be in my Let's Play series. So if you're looking for a dorm that's going to have a dining hall in it where you don't always have to leave your lot to go get food, just know that my lot has a dining hall in it, and it is CC free. So it is all just base game and Discovery University. So if you only have those 2 packs, you're going to be perfectly fine with the build that I give you guys. So like I said, again, this is just a little snippet of all of the stuff that I went through. It was actually really fun and refreshing playing with Max's. I mean, my game was lag free, and it did come together really nicely. Now, I wish I was the whole time. All I wanted was all the packs, because I knew there were certain things you can have. Like, base game doesn't have video game consoles. I didn't know that. So like, you'll see me struggle. So all the people who love to see me struggle, this will give you a little bit of the feels. But when it comes to the dorm rooms with this layout, I was so proud of this room, is because when I had a roommate, which was only my first year, because I was already, thank you Lord. We had weird configurations. And when I went to all of my friends' room, they all had weird configurations. If they didn't like their roommate, they were always like cutting each other off. Like, basically they used their like armoires or their dressers to like completely make their roommate like disappear. So they just had a side of the room. And then there were people who really came up with these really cute and unique dorm designs, and that's something I really wanted to do in all of the dorm rooms that I built. I wanted something unique. I wanted something that could show character in different people. And of course, when you do download this lot, you can completely customize it and change it to your liking and make sure it fits how you want it to. But I wanted this first room to just be a mess of just stuff, and they came up with this idea, and they're just so proud of how everything fits together and how they have all this space. So I just had a lot of fun with this dorm build, just this room particularly, giving off the whole Foxbury spirit and coming up with these unique designs, and then putting everybody's clutter and stuff in there. So again, if you want to see this full build, make sure you stay tuned tomorrow. Make sure you click that like button, hit the bell so you know when I upload, and subscribe if you haven't already. So there's so much stuff in this pack, so much stuff that I didn't even touch yet. I'm going to put in a few screenshots so you can see some things that I'm talking about. So we have so much newness, okay? With the organizations, they have random events that happen all over campus, and they're active. You go and you get to see them, and you can be a part of them. If you want to join the organization, you just talk to someone in it and ask to join, and then you do a whole bunch of different activities that get you more skill in those areas. So you gain more points in the group to become a better member of that group. And I can show you a little bit of what I captured, but there's just so much. So there's a whole panel now for organizations, and that's not including if you still add a club for your sim to be in, like a regular get-together club. And then you have your classes and your class schedule, which looks like this. And then you have the calendar, which you can add holidays. And then you have, if you want to be on the sports team, you have events and things like that. If you're in a debate club, you have meetings. If you're in any of these organizations, you have to go to these meetings. You have to go to these events to be better, be a better member. So for instance, if you're in the debate guild, there's debate practice like every Tuesday, Thursday. And then on Saturday, there's a huge debate. And then before the big debate, you got to go to the bar night because you got to let off some steam because you're stressed because you got a big debate tomorrow. So they have debate bar night. And then there's a soccer game that the whole university's trying to go to. So you got to go to that. But you don't want to miss the kegger that's outside. But you got to do your homework, because if you don't do your homework, you're going to fail. And your presentation is due tomorrow. So you need to do that if you're not drunk from all of the drinking. And then on top of that, your boyfriend's calling you because he hasn't seen you in 5 days. And then on top of that, your dorm's dirty because your roommate's a pig. And then on top of that, when you do come home and you do sober up and you are trying to study, your roommate throws a party. Or she throws a study group that turns out to just be everybody coming in your room and talking to you. So university is a huge pack. It's so much to do. Did I ever get bored? Heck no. Never got bored. I was always trying to stay on top of things, which I love. I feel like this pack adds a lot of longevity to university. I think it adds a lot of young adultness to the young adults. They actually feel like they have a purpose. They're not just young adults. They feel like they're just getting into their lives, and they're just getting into their work, and they're trying to be better Sims. There's just so much to do. I didn't even get to touch the Secret Society. I didn't even know how to start the Secret Society until I watched the live stream yesterday. And I played this game for a long time. There's a ton of stuff. Alexis, one of my friends, she was trying to be a single mom in college, and it was practically impossible. But she did it. Like, there's a ton of stuff that we get to do now. And I think this pack is really, really good for it. I think this is going to be an amazing pack. I can't wait to see what you guys add to it. I can't wait to see all the builds. I can't wait to see all the mods and all the CC. I'm just super excited about everything. So there's a ton of things that you can do. I feel like I just went through all the questions, and I feel like I've answered them a lot in this video. So I hope I did answer your questions, but if I didn't, feel free to comment down below anything that I have missed, because of course I could not capture everything. This video is already super long, and it's just supposed to be a little guide to university, but I showed you how to enroll. I showed you how to get the scholarships. I showed you how to get your dorm together, and we get to see all of the stuff, but I don't want to spoil everything, because I want there to still be some hype and excitement when I play, because again, I didn't even finish a term. I didn't finish a term. It was so much to do, and it was so much gameplay, and there was so much stuff I had to keep on top of, and so many things that I wanted to explore and try out, that I didn't finish my 5-day term. And I went on the weekend, which means I had like 7 days, and I still didn't finish. And I played this game for hours, and I had an amazing time playing it. And it was so much fun. I cannot wait till this game come out. I can't wait for y'all to get your hands on it. But please, I hope you approve of the declassified university survival guide. I hope I gave you a little bit more tips and tricks and things to do to make your experience better. And again, we can test everything out when we play university on the channel, which we are doing. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of a notice that this is the first time ever I am playing a family before I actually start a series, and that's all exclusively on Twitch. So until release, or until I am able to show entirely everything, listen here, we are going to be streaming that every day, getting skills up, playing the family, because the family is a drama mess, honey. It is tea. It's worse than London. If you want to see some drama, go over to my Twitch channel and check out the new series that we're starting. We've had a ton of fun. We've been streaming like 6-7 hours of Sims for the last 2 days, and I'm pretty sure we're going to do it again tonight. So again, I hope I have gave you a little bit more insight. I hope you're just as excited. It is so much to this pack, so much that I couldn't even hit on today, but it is going to be an amazing ride, and I'm so freaking excited. Again, thank you, Sims team, for inviting me out to Sims Camp. It was an amazing experience. D Squad, I hope you love this content. It took your girl all day to get this all together, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Remember to stay beautiful, stay lovely, and have a grant day. Bye, guys.